Do I need to hold it? I
You
don't know.
sound good. No,
You're
you
fine.
sound good.
We're already on, so good morning. Hold on.
Okay.
Show is brought to you by Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizzeria.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on the streaming SoFla Live channels, YouTube, Facebook, along with the Oldies South Florida radio network at night. 8 p.m. is the re-airing of our live stream that happens every day at noon or thereabouts. A little bit late today, fashionably late. Miami, South Florida late? Not really. But anyway, here we are. Mike Mayo, Jeff Defo DeForest, Mike Lubie Lubitz. We're going to chew the fat today or chew on the Chipotle, maybe. What's going on, Defo?
Oh, everything's good, man. I got a dentist appointment coming up about 2 o'clock, so I haven't engaged in a walk of life yet. 2 straight tennis cancellations, so I've sort of juxtaposed my day, but I did have, and I decided to go on somewhat of a new food kick, and when I do that, I make these giant salads. So I went to Publix yesterday to get the ingredients, and one of the things that's always problematical, I love avocados. They have risen. Remember we were talking about the avocado shortage? There was a time they were like $1 a piece.
You
and
made
they went
that
to
up.
$2 a piece, and then they went to $3 a piece. All right. Now the problem with the $3 a piece thing is that you can rarely find one that's ripe that you can use that day. So I luck out at Publix yesterday, and I think this should happen all the time. There should always be avocados in this category because they have them stashed away somewhere. Avocados that are already ripe and maybe even about to go bad, $1.49 a pop. So I pick up a few of those, I throw it into the salad, and just a delightful experience. As you can make your own stuff at home. It only cost me, with a couple of other things thrown in, about $60 for what will probably be the equivalent of 10 days worth of salads, maybe more. So $5 a pop, save some money from just going out to eat. And I'm a happy camper. And as long as I can keep this up, I'll be a very happy man. But tomorrow, and you met the owners of this place, I'm supposed to go to Serafina. And are there 2 Serafinas? There's one in Broward, and that's supposedly on the water somewhere. Whereabouts is this place?
That's been a long time place, just kind of tucked behind that Gateway Cinema down like on a canal there, just
Oh, yeah?
south of
Oh, okay.
Sunrise
In that area.
Boulevard.
All right.
And that's one of the favorite places of Dr. Nick, our friend Dr. Nick Tranicus, who, he had the pig roast. And while there, I met the owners of that Serafina. Now, there's also another Serafina down at the Aventura Mall that I think is kind of a national brand. I get a little confused, but the Fort Lauderdale Serafina has nothing to do with the Aventura Serafina. And one of them might actually be called Serafina's. But it's supposed to be a really good place that I have not been into. I might have been there a long time under previous ownership. This family has owned it, I think, for about 20 years or so. And the place has been around
Long
a long
enough.
time.
Yeah.
Or maybe they since 2008. So whatever the math is on that, maybe like 15 years. But yeah, it's got a really good reputation, and it's got a very nice, again, waterfront setting on a canal back there. And I hear nothing but good things about the food. And I met the couple that the original, I guess now the owner is getting a little bit up there in age, and his son is doing more of the day-to-day operations. And his son is a lawyer and apparently a very shrewd restaurateur and is doing really good
Nice.
work there. So if you go, say hi to Vicky, and that's the matriarch of the family, and the father is named, of course, escapes me because I'm having issues with my
Did you say Dom? I think you sent it to me.
Dom. Yes, that's
Dom?
it. Thank you for
Okay.
reminding me. And of course, I forgot the son's name. I should remember because I was talking to him for a while. But we were drinking a lot that day.
I do
gotta be
remember what you ate
Feels
last
like
night,
it.
Mike Mayo. It's amazing. I
My
mean, you're
brain's,
more of a shot fighter than I am.
I love
It's
it.
really
Makes me so
not,
happy.
not a pretty sight. But I do remember I ate last
Did you
night.
box
at
as
Eat Time.
a young kid?
Yeah,
Or your
exactly.
with them in your pocket?
I had two older brothers that slapped me silly a
Oh
lot.
my
So
God,
maybe
that's what it
the
feels like.
Right, well,
CTE is
beginning to get to
setting
the
God.
bottom of it. Yeah.
but,
Oh, jeez.
wait, so that whole
I need
avocado
my popcorn
saga.
too for the Capitol hearings today. I think the Steve Bannon thing is going to be wild. I don't want to get too deeply
I
into
don't
that.
even know. Yeah, I'm trying not to pay attention to the news anymore, but I'm glad to hear that avocados are down to $1.49. I
Well,
actually
only
saw,
these were ripe,
The
and
ruined
so
ones.
could you have bargained at the cash because they were going to have to throw them out in a couple
Not
hours?
at Publix or
oh no,
something.
I was about to just say that, I actually passed the gas station the other day in Hollywood along the cheapest gas row there on Sterling, just west of 441, and I saw gas for $4.17 a gallon,
It's like
417.
a steal.
If I ever see 3.99 gas again, it's like happy days are here again. I mean,
Oh my
dollar
God.
avocados, 3.99 gas. Who knew that
Ooh.
we'd be cheering these things maybe one day?
Isn't that amazing?
I
You're
don't-
getting creamed at the gas pump, and you're so happy. It's like,
Giddy.
hallelujah, man! I think I'll just go in there and top my tank off before they raise the prices. Prices, though. Speaking of prices, Serafina, I looked over the menu, and they look to be very reasonable. I mean, this was not very expensive. By you would think waterfront dining of any type, even if it's on like a canal, back near the Everglades, might be a little bit up in price, but no, very very reasonable. It looked like a good place. So I'll have my review after, I guess, on Thursday's show of
Excellent.
Serafina.
I got a lot of food reviews because again, we didn't get to a lot of things yesterday. It seems like whenever we come back from a vacation, we got to get all the stories, the gambling tales. There was a lot of gambling.
You
over the
questioning
weekend.
my gambling integrity of posting the link
I was the
and
first one. I'm
picture.
not gonna lie.
I mean, come on.
I was like, why is it always a royal flush though? I'm like, I
Because
didn't
that's the
realize
only
it was
time you
one
would
of
ever
the
take a
perfect.
picture of the
That's all.
result. That would be I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to show? Two pair?
Something
Get your money back?
something I neglected to mention yesterday. Speaking of the gambling intensive, my friend Eric, who actually joined us when we were last at Even Keel last
Yeah.
month. I don't know if you remember him. He's
I do.
besides Sean and Eric came out, and Eric proclaimed the fish sandwich that he had at Even Keel the best fish sandwich he ever had, and we're going to be back at Even
Nice.
Keel
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. I spoke with the little rearrangement. Costas will be at next, and Even
Nice.
Keel will be this Wednesday.
Nice.
And of course, we're going to be going out with Nikki Mohan and the Visit Lauderdale crew. Every Thursday we go somewhere, and this Thursday we're going to Bang Shack in Hollywood. But anyway, getting back to Eric, and he came out, and I think the Lunchbox has good karma. It gives people good luck. Eric ended up finishing second, but in a chop deal in that
Wow.
big tournament at Hard Rock over the weekend. That it was $150 buy-in, and for finishing second in a negotiated deal, he took home almost $31,000.
Wow.
31
Wow.
31 dimes off a
Good for him.
$150 buy-in. I didn't
Great
get the
job.
full details of how many bullets he fired, how many entries, but even if it's two, or three,
He entered
even
it 10
400
times. He made on like a champ.
Yeah, and
So invite him out tomorrow to the Keel so he can pick up the check.
well, I was going to do that. Actually, I think we're having our usual gang of four, which is Sean, Willie Wiggins, myself, and Eric. Three of those four made it to day two and cashed at this Hard Rock event on Sunday. I was the odd man out, but luckily I hit my trifecta to bail me out for the weekend. But
that was very Hank Goldberg-esque, by the way. Speaking of Hank tributes,
yes.
that you validated your gambling prowess by saying, even though you were the
Yeah,
only
something
chump that
else.
got knocked out of the Hard Rock tournament,
came
where there
back.
was nothing but dead money there, that you did hit something else and won money.
Came
for the
back
weekend.
strong.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
came back strong, and that's always the moral of the story. Don't
All
give
right.
up. Don't ever give up. But anyway, Eric, the gang of four, as we call ourselves, we usually get together if we're all in a tournament going into the final day, and if somebody hits, we celebrate. And in the past, we've gone out to my place, Tropics Lounge in Pembroke Pines. That was Sean's big place. We've gone to Tropical Acres in the past to celebrate when Willie hit big last. I think it was November in that World Poker Tour, a WPT event at Hard Rock, and he cashed for $139,000. And
That's the time to celebrate with this
and
guy.
Sean hit, he won a big tournament at Tampa last year for almost $200,000. And then, Eric just, hit for 31. When is my turn? That's what I want to know. But tonight we're going to go at it. It might be Tropical Acres for half price wine night, or it might be Capitol Grill because I met somebody who works at Capitol Grill. So, but the
Now, which
check will be
Capitol
on
Grill do you
E-
go to? Aventura?
Galleria. Galleria.
Yeah, is there more than one?
I get
Where's
those
the other
balls
one?
confused. Yeah, Galleria.
Yeah, the Galleria is a good
It's a good spot.
location.
Yeah,
We,
There's
we've
one
been
up
there.
in Boca too.
Right
Yeah.
around.
I try to
Boca's very
avoid
nice
Boca.
also. A very nice restaurant.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna figure that out later.
How would you compare Capitol Grill and Abe and Louie's? Did you have a bad experience at Abe and Louie's? Because that's sometimes a subject of controversy there on Let's Eat South Florida.
No, I've never been to Abe and Louis,
Oh,
so
never?
it wasn't
Okay.
me bad
Where's
mouthing
Abe
the
and
joint.
Louis?
No, Abe and Louis is up in
By the Boca Mall.
and
Yeah.
it's a place that came out of Boston. It has a good reputation.
Been
A lot
around
of
now
people
for a
like it.
while.
Yeah, no, it's got a good reputation. I've never been there because, again, with the high-end steakhouses, it's like I like going to Tropical Acres. Obviously, they're a sponsor, but also I like what I get there. Now,
Yeah, you get a good price.
if I want to, spend a lot of money and going to a steakhouse, I don't want to go up to Boca. I'll go right down to Aventura because Bourbon Steak is great, and the
All right.
Capitol Grill is also good. It has a lot of fans, and sometimes they run these summer promotions that are really good. I used to be a big Morton's fan, but
2 for 1 it would take for me to be able to afford it sometimes. But no,
sometimes,
it's good. Yeah.
But like Ruth's Chris, in my mind, the Fort
Oh, very
Lauderdale
good.
location has gone downhill.
Downhill.
And
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard
that's
that.
what-
I've never been there. I've
That's
heard
what
bad things about
people
Ruth's Chris.
on Let's Eat have been going off about. That one has really trended downward, and corporate came in and they did a big redesign. And I had a good buddy who worked there as a bartender for a long time, JD Downs, another big horse player. And he left there in kind of not the greatest mood after they started messing around with things. And yeah, you know what? I look, I haven't eaten there in a while. But again, if I'm going to spend a lot of money on a steak, I want it to be really good. Council Oak at the Hard Rock is also, they do a terrific job. And I've been eating there at the bar some of the appetizers lately during some of these poker events. And I got to give I got to give them props. They do a really good job at Council Oak. But again, the high-end steak joints,
What about
is it worth the money?
NYY steak? A lot of people like that.
That
place,
gets a
but-
lot of good buzz.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been in there a bunch of times, and it's good. It's always solid. So there's no lack of places that will sock it to you for a good high-end
good
steak
steak.
in this town. Anyway, we didn't get to Chipotle. I thought your avocado story was going to lead to Chipotle.
Oh no,
Yeah, how did
it was
Chipotle-
kind of interesting because we've talked about this. Is there ever an ad on TV for food or dining out that compels you or stays with you to the point where you're thinking, I have to try one of those? All right. So I forget what they called this particular bowl. It had like a bunch of guacamole on it. And it was like, it wasn't acai like the berry, but it was something Asiago or something along those lines.
Cheese.
And so I really, I hadn't been to a Chipotle. I might have gone there maybe once before years ago. And I saw this ad on TV, and every time I see it, it looks great. And I'm thinking, you know what? One of these days, I have to try one of these bowls. So the other day, I was thinking, what should I get to eat? I was looking for something that wasn't going to be too heavy duty and maybe a little bit more healthy than, say, going to, some Chinese restaurant, getting a bunch of fried rice. So I went there and I asked for the bowl, and the guy wasn't even familiar with it. It wasn't on the menu on the wall. They kind of have like a make your own policy working there at Chipotle. So I guess if you knew what this was, you could have made it yourself, but I had no idea. And I asked the young man behind the counter, and he wasn't really familiar with the terminology. But then he said, "Oh, it's probably this." And
The
he started
asada.
putting it together.
I think they have a chicken. It's
carne
usually carne
right.
asada, but I
Carne
think they do
asada,
I think they do a
That's it.
chicken
That's it.
asada.
Carne asada. No, it was
Yeah.
chicken asada. Okay,
They do
that's what it
chicken
was.
asada. They're doing their
They
own
do a
take on
chicken
carne
asada? I thought
asada.
it's just
All
a
right.
grilled
They-
chicken.
Well,
were-
they do Chipotle. They've been promoting the crap out of it. I've seen this.
They've been
for-
really
okay.
advertising on TV. I mean,
I
more
missed
than
that.
Checkers, double burgers, and all of this
Yeah,
stuff that you see all the
exactly.
time. And you're thinking, that sure looks good on the picture there, but I doubt that it's good once it goes down. I mean, you're going to need some kind of medical attention. But and I would have to say they were out of brown rice at the time, and the guy told me it'd be like 10, 15 minutes. So I said, all right, I don't want to wait that long. So I go for the white rice, and everything else, very, very tasty. Now, I did throw in this specialty hot sauce
Gotta
that I had
do
bought
the
in New
hot
Orleans.
sauce.
It's like a
You brought your own hot sauce to a Chipotle?
no,
Or brought the Chipotle
I
home?
took this home. I brought this home,
Okay.
and
Because that's hardcore foodie there when you bring your own hot sauce to various locations.
I will
Keep it
bring
in
this
your
hot sauce
purse,
anywhere. I have
man
to
purse.
tomorrow. I'll grab the bottle out of the fridge there. I mean, it's got like a pineapple sort of
Oh,
sweetness to a very
nice.
spicy hot
Sweet
sauce.
heat. You're
Yeah.
becoming a foodie, Defo.
Yeah,
You're
look at
into
him.
the sweet
This was
heat.
great. Now, the bottle, I bought it at a boutique hot sauce place in New Orleans when we were there a couple of weeks ago, and the bottle itself of hot sauce was like $15. I don't
Was
know.
that after you hit another royal flush with the same picture that you posted there?
Check it out, man. Held. I mean, dealt the flush. Second time, lifetime. And I think both times it was with hearts. So that could have been an old picture.
It could have been.
Do they put the date on the picture there? I mean, I can't believe I got to like
Yeah,
get
you have the,
validation. It was easier to
have,
get into Italy
they do
without a
have ID
passport.
tags now,
Yeah,
so
that-
forensic purposes.
12,
lawsuits.
Just
5,
by
21.
you degenerate.
See, my
Sicko.
tickets that I send you, which you can't even make out all the little numbers.
No,
when
I
send
mean,
it
what
to you,
is that?
but
Could
it
you
has the
enlarge them a little bit?
timestamp. It
Yeah.
has everything with when the ticket, because I put all my mutual tickets now on my app, on my betting app, and you could verify it. It's all verifiable.
I'm more
So-
than willing to tell people when I got buried because it's most of the time. So I don't have a problem. I really don't have a problem with that. If you ask me how I'm doing, I'm not
All right.
going to tell you. Oh yeah, I'm even when I'm down 600. I mean,
No,
it's just.
and I'm
it's not
sorry
like
to
that.
distract you. Let's get back to Chipotle. So
Oh,
you give
Chipotle!
it a thumbs
No,
up.
this thing it was very tasty. I have to say, I did. I had some of it, when I got in the car there. I was kind of like ready to eat, so I made the mistake probably of opening it, and that could be very, very dicey, right? When you got guacamole involved and it's very tightly wrapped up in the bowl. I took a couple of tastes of it, and I said, "Wow, this is great." And then I spiked it up a little bit when I got it home with this hot sauce that I really, really love. So I'm looking to put this hot sauce on anything where it might be applicable. I'm putting it on bananas. I mean, anything that I can have it on, I want to have this hot sauce. And I have to say, it was very satisfying. Large portion, lasted me like 3 different sessions, and really, really good all the way through.
Look, people think that because I'm a critic, like I'm necessarily like down and harsh on chains, and of course my love of Skyline Chili totally betrays that.
Yeah, exactly.
fallacy.
as most of your,
But-
kind of counter, intuitive stuff does there.
Yes. So the bottom line is Chipotle does a very good job for what they do, which is providing ample, good tasting food
Yeah.
for people who want it quickly and people who like that Mexican and the whole bowl thing. And you could get burritos. My daughter lives there. She can
Oh,
eat
yeah? All right.
Chipotle, and she
Shirley
often
loves
does
Chipotle.
at least like 4 to 5 times a week. Like she just will stop in there. After
That would be a
work when
little
she's
much.
hungry.
Yeah. I mean,
But she loves it. She mixes
you
it up.
start singing
Sometimes-
Chapanecos after going there 4 times a week. What are you talking about? All of a sudden, you're like Jane Jarvis at Shea in the 7th inning.
So sometimes she gets the bowl. Sometimes she goes low carb and doesn't have rice and just has the lettuce. Sometimes she loves chicken. She loves the guacamole. Sometimes she'll get a burrito. But yeah, she loves going there. And I
The
can't
chicken
bad
is
about the chain.
well prepared. I mean, it's very
Yeah.
spicy. Nice.
It's always fresh.
Yeah.
They're always busy, and so they're always going through product and making fresh products. So it's not like
Yep.
you get my word of the day yesterday, schwach. You don't get that schwach tired
Yeah.
stuff that's been lying around. You get the good stuff that's fresh and freshly grilled, and it's still hot. So yeah, I'm a fan of Chipotle.
All right.
And it's fine because somebody was asking today on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. 83,000 people now.
Nice,
Defo.
Mazel
Oh,
It's
tov.
beautiful,
crazy.
man. I joined it
but-
when there were 6,000. That was only
no,
a
you
few
were
years
one
ago.
of the
Yeah.
OGs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. But somebody was asking about they're going to Bonefish Grill for the first time, and Bonefish Grill,
I like
another
Bonefish
place,
Grill. I really do.
for seafood, it's a chain that does a really good job. Now, I don't necessarily go there a lot when I'm in town here, but if I find myself in some podunk town in the middle of Georgia or Alabama, I'll certainly search out a Bonefish Grill because they do a nice job. And the Bang Bang Shrimp,
Bang Bang
shrimp was
Shrimp
their
good.
original
Bang Bang
dish, and of
Shrimp
course
good.
now there's
Everyone does it.
copycats everywhere, including even Keel. And they
What's
do a better
interesting about
job.
Bonefish is they used to do a really interesting brunch where like they had their eggs Benedict was randomly really good, and they had this potatoes au gratin, which is like my favorite potatoes au gratin, right? Like it was really good. And during COVID, they cut the brunch, and now they don't. And it was like $20 all you can drink mimosas, and they like cut it, and they now don't do it anymore. That's my gripe
Another
with
COVID
Bonefish.
casualty. Hopefully, it'll come back, and a lot of
The
things.
really
will come back.
ahi tuna appetizer I like there. I really
Yeah,
do.
no, they have some good dishes.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm going to talk about one other thing. Well, that you mentioned about the power of suggestion and ads. Like yesterday, for the first time, I tried a product that I'd seen advertised, and I've seen some good buzz, but I'd never eaten one before yesterday. The KFC chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
But
Okay.
before
What are
we
your
get
thoughts?
into that,
I'm
let's
curious
talk.
about that
Let's
one.
sing the praises of today's presenting sponsor, Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizzeria, because now Costa's will be broadcasting there once a month and doing a lunch box special. And I urge everybody to come out next Tuesday when we're there and meet us in person, and also meet Costa and Brad and the owners, because they do such a great job. They are honest place with tremendous value. It's a place to go for the Greek specialties like the gyros, also known as gyros, souvlaki, spinach pie, pasticcio, moussaka, those dolmades, the grape leaves that they stuff. And besides that, they have some great, what he calls the Greek style New York pizza, which is thin, crispy, very flavorful, and comes in all kinds of different, with different toppings, including the spinach and gorgonzola pie, which is really good. Costas is at 1940 Northeast 49th Street in Pompano Beach. It's just west of Federal Highway and a little bit north of Sample Road. It's right across from big Walmart Supercenter there. You go in, actually go online to CostasGreekEateryPizzeria.com. That's Costas with a K, GreekEateryPizzeria.com. Check out the menu, and you could do all your ordering for takeout and delivery right on the website. Better yet, go in there in person and see them, because they will treat you like long-lost relatives. He'll smash a plate and say, "Opa." And also, go in there, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your appetite, most importantly. Costas, we'll see you there next Tuesday. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Still trying to figure out. This is another item that's calling my name. That salad that I saw being served. It's not the Greek salad that they have there, which I imagine is great. But I've been looking forward to going to Costa's and getting this salad.
Yes.
Now, I did make a batch for myself here, so that's probably off until next Tuesday. But great salads. And then did your brother had like falafel ball like appetizers, I think. But I would imagine they make a hell of a falafel there also.
I don't know if it was. It was something. It was. I guess it was a falafel.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. Everything there is good. It's
great stuff.
Solid place. Yeah.
All right, we're coming back with more. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox continues in a moment.
When people come to me and say, "Mike, where's a great place for dinner? I got friends visiting from out of town. Where am I going to take them?" Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It is a Fort Lauderdale perennial. They serve the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly setting. Service there is impeccable. Joey Esposito and his better half, Sally, they've been running the place for more than 2 decades. It's been there since the 1980s. It has some great food. They just recently expanded. They have a great bar. You could sit there if you're by yourself. You go in there with a date or your better half, and you can have a nice, cozy table for 2. You can go in with a big group and have a great festive time. They have great sangria. They have paella. They have shrimp with garlic sauce. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. It's open Monday through Saturday at 5 p.m. for dinner. They are closed on Sundays, but please go to Cafe Seville. You won't be disappointed. Tell them Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like wings? Do you like burgers? Do you like ribs? Do you like late night food? All this and more at Shenanigans. There's 2 locations. East side is at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. And then there's the original in Hollywood, right across from TY Park on Sheridan Street. Pat Utter and his crew, they've been doing it a long time, almost 30 years, and they do a great job. It's a neighborhood place with a casual feel, really good food, good value. They have drink specials every day, beer, coldest on draft. Anytime that you want, the late night food, the kitchen is going until past midnight. Both locations, they have outdoor dining if you need it too. Shenanigans is my place to go. You could also call up for a pickup right through a drive-through window on the east side. That's at 954-923-3008, 954-923-3008 for your takeout pickup. Go to Shenanigans and tell them Mayo and Defo sent you.
And we're back on the Lunchbox on a Tuesday. I didn't even look at Sarni's notes or the food calendar today. I don't know if we're celebrating any food holidays.
You didn't have anything in particular that I saw.
I think one of these days this week is like national, like macaroni and cheese day, or maybe
that's a good day.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna have to go check out Sarni's notes, because he's always good for telling us what's happening in the world of food. But no, I mentioned before the break that the power of suggestion and advertising. I finally got to try the fried chicken sandwich at KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now they were a little, I guess I don't know if they've always had chicken sandwiches or not,
I
but
think they were late to the party, but they saw
they
that
were
with
late to the
Popeyes. Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Anyway, this was up in Delray Beach yesterday. I was doing some stuff in Delray, and I had a wonderful day of eating and all kinds of adventures with Dickstein, which I'll get to in a minute. Again, Steve Dickstein, our fan and friend, and the CEO of Best of Local, Best of Ventures, and Best of Delray Beach, which is launched and available on the App Store to find all the great stuff up in the Delray Beach area and surrounding environments. But again, you could download that on the App Store at Best of Local, Best of Delray Beach, also Google Play. That's my daily plug for the app.
It's an important night, though, because there's so many choices there that it's nice to have a little bit of expertise and honest, straightforward opinion by experts.
It's a booming area.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what we've been doing is going to different, like we've basically on the app, the restaurants we've loaded onto the app, like over 200 of them. But we have this one category called Best of the Best, which is something that I selected along with Dickstein and some other food experts around town. I consulted some others who live in the Delray area, and came up with what we call the Best of the Best. And there's 13 of them, 10 restaurants and 3 markets up there that we bestowed with these honors. And what I did is go around with these certificates, kind of like these plaques, and presenting them to the owners. And people are actually, they were really excited to be named Best of the Best. And they've been, putting up displays in their restaurants. But, I've been taking pictures with them when we present them these plaques, and it's been very gratifying seeing the response. But
it's more important than the Michelin star. Let's face it. That's
that's right, because
you
I'm
pay your way
honest,
into that award.
Yeah,
there's no bribery
honest,
here with
no,
Dickstein.
no. There's we're not even asking restaurants to advertise on the app. We're going to be,
although you'll
making
come
money
back and maybe see if they want to join.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there's no advertising for restaurants to be on the app. It's all purely by merit. What we'll be doing is different events and things at different restaurants. But anyway, the last place that we had to present the certificate yesterday was a place called the Boys Market in Delray. Have you ever heard of this place?
No.
It's unbelievably good.
You would expect,
Defo.
I don't want to make a bad joke here, but it may be one of the manners.
No, that's funny. But no, it's not. And there's actually a place next to it in the shopping plaza over called The Girls. And The Girls is like it's a weird place. It's like a strawberry farm.
Steakhouse / strip club?
No, it's a place where you pick your own strawberries, and they also have like a petting zoo out back at The Girls.
I could live without that. I don't know.
But they also have like an ice cream parlor and a candy store and a pizza parlor at The Girls. But The Boys is one shopping plaza over, and it's kind of like this, like there's a Doris Market and Joseph's Market, which are kind of these specialty markets. The Boys is like that, but it's also like I don't know if you know, in New York there's a place called Fairway, but it's got like so much good stuff, and they bring in all these great cheeses and imported cold cuts, and they have Mimi's ravioli from Hollywood, and they also get like ravioli and pastas from a place up in New York. And they have basically they have a bakery, and I got myself a chocolate cigar yesterday. It was tremendous. And
chocolate cigar.
Yeah, it's like a bakery item that it's
is that like the old bubblegum cigar?
Like an eclair?
Yeah, it's like but it's like it's kind of like a babka, only in miniaturized cigar form. It's like stuffed with chocolate filling. And anyway, we presented the certificate to Mike, who's the owner, along with his brother. And these are guys, they're from Staten Island originally. They got great New York accents. And Mike, a little bit of a gruff character, and he was busy, but
hey, Mayo, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
But they have all the good sauces in there. They got the Rayos sauce. They got the Michaels of Brooklyn sauce, which is, by the way, Anthony Bruno's cousin is Michaels of Brooklyn, and he has his sauces everywhere. And they also have a hot case, their deli counter. They have all these they have meatballs that they make in-house. And yesterday he just threw out a little dish of pasta bolagnese. He's like, here, try the pasta bolagnese. And I had that. Anyway, we took the picture.
How was it?
I love bolognese.
Excellent. All their products are great. I can't praise, like, if you live in that Delray, Boynton, Boca area, going to the Boys is definitely worth a special trip.
Was it busy when you were in there?
It's always busy
Yeah.
there, and apparently it's insanity in the middle of wintertime, and
Wow.
you need sharp elbows. It's like battling in the old days at Zabar's.
Trying to get a
all
bet
these
down when there's
those little old
horses
women.
on
If
the
you
gate.
if you go and get in front of them while they're trying to get to the like the oranges or the produce section, forget it. They'll just knock you out of the way. It's tough there. But anyway, I get done at the boys, and I wanted to get a slice of pizza at what's called Bambini Garden at the girls, and I didn't realize it was closed on Mondays. I don't know if it's during the summer or not. So right next to the closed Bambini's pizza shop was a Kentucky Fried Chicken. I finally got back to KFC, and I said, "All right, I'm
Well,
going to
I
try
like
this."
the fact that the build-up to this is that you were eating all day and
Yeah,
then
you had
decided to
already
go get a
eaten
piece of
the
fried
entire
chicken on a
day.
bun.
How
That's
great.
How sick am I?
there's
I don't
something
know.
with you.
I mean, you're going to
You're
need a
freaking
standing
me
eight
out.
count pretty soon.
I
What are
might
you
have
talking
I
about?
might have a tapeworm. I don't know what's going on. I
Devo's
guess
getting
I've gotta do
Chipotle
some-
and
I'm getting,
mad they don't have
you
brown
know,
rice and making
yeah.
salads, and you are going from them throwing bolognese at you.
Yeah.
It's a
Ah,
sickness.
you might as
And
well have
eating
an
a chocolate
appetizer
cigar.
of a
Why not have a
KFC.
big dish of spaghetti and then go have a piece of
I
fried
wanted
chicken
to
on
finally
bread?
try
Oh my
the
God.
fried chicken
Woo.
sandwich. So I rolled through. I got the
Rolled,
spicy
literally,
fried
yeah.
chicken. I did literally roll through, and I went back to Dickstein's, the Casa de Dickstein, because we had to do some work on the app,
And
and
ate
I
some more.
pull out this the sandwich, and you know what? It's just not the same
It
as
wasn't
it's
good?
try-
Oh,
it's
wow.
That's
trying
what
to
I've
be
heard.
Popeyes. It's
I've heard it's not.
okay. It's okay, but it's just like the batter on the outside. It wasn't as hefty and flavorful as the Popeye sandwich. So
Well, that's tough
I
to
would
match.
definitely rank Popeyes. I still like
McDonald's makes
Chick-fil-A.
one
Do
now.
you like
Burger
Popeyes?
King. Yeah.
Okay, we know this wasn't a big deal when we started doing this. It already was old, but to me, and I get it, the Popeyes and the Chick-fil-A are vastly different. I don't know better. You can do
Right.
what you want, but they're not.
Different
They're
styles.
very different. Like
Right.
Popeyes, it feels like they took a big ass piece of chicken, put it in a deep batter, threw
Right.
it on a sandwich. Chick-fil-A, it feels like the chicken is made for a chicken sandwich. It's a thinner
Right.
batter. It's just
It's
it just
it's
feels
a
different.
it's a
like,
daintier sandwich. I find it very satisfying. I find
like
it
it
very
more.
flavorful. I think also that Chick-fil-A, in response to the Popeyes blitz, changed and tweaked things a little bit, because I've been noticing it's a little bit crunchier or heftier lately. But I think they should stick to their own game, which is, again, like you said, a little bit smaller and more finely battered, and they dust that batter with MSG, which makes everything taste better and more umami. And MSG is not the enemy. A lot of people have misconceptions about it, but anyway, everybody is free to like whatever chicken sandwiches they want based on whatever. But Popeyes, I originally was down on it because it took 2 hours to get one because of all the hype and the lines. But now that things have settled down, when you go in there, I found them very consistent, very satisfying, especially for I think it's like just $3.99, or maybe they raised it.
I think it's up to $4.99.
KFC
They're
yesterday
all
was
$5.
$4.99.
Yeah, they're all $5.
Yeah. So anyway,
That was a big question on Let's Eat South Florida. Is where do you get the best fried chicken? Various areas.
Yeah, we did that last week.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the question. Wasn't chicken sandwiches? It was straight up fried chicken.
Yeah, that was
with
fried chicken.
bones. And
Yeah.
We had a whole discussion on that last week. So
It's only like an hour on
go
it.
to the archives on SoFla Live.
Joe Stone
on-
Crabs. Yeah,
and-
it was
so
like
we
a-
did
what
talk
is it?
about
Joe
Joe
Stone
Stone Crab.
Crab, Lock Bar up in Boca, which is also like a seafood house, but they have a really good Maryland fried chicken there, and also a place called Maryland Fried Chicken in Pompano we mentioned. So that's
and you weren't a
fried
big
chicken
fan last time I mentioned this of Fran's for some reason in Boca, which a lot
No,
of people
it's
like.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I mentioned Friends. I sang it's
All right.
Friends.
Talk
for
about
what
friends.
it
eh?
is.
Talk about friends.
It's a takeout thing. So, all right. Well, enough with the chicken. Let's move on to the steak.
So you
portion
didn't
of the
like
show.
this thing,
Wait,
right? It was a brick, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's a brick. It just
Did you finish
look,
it?
I've heard
That's the
it's
other
not
question.
good.
I
I've
ate
heard
it.
it's not
Finish it.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I ate the whole thing. The pickles on it were especially good, and the spicy mayonnaise was okay. The chicken itself wasn't great, but I found myself I ended up eating the whole thing, and then I didn't feel good for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
after that.
exactly.
How many
then-
biscuits? How many biscuits did you have? with it?
Then no biscuits. It's a sandwich. I'm not gonna have a biscuit on stuff. But like 5 hours later, me and Dickstein were going to our friend Sopanut at Eat Thai up in Delray. We had a fantastic meal there. I'll talk more about that. But first, let's talk about Tropical Acres, because I
Yeah.
might be going there tonight for half price.
I hope
only,
you go there to
for a
celebrate.
little
Nice.
celebration. And again, our friends, the Studialis, the whole family, have been running the place for decades. Jack and now his son Joey and Jackson, they do a fantastic job of hospitality, and you got to go there. You got to check out Half Price Wine Night. It's tonight, Monday, Tuesday, every week, And of course, every weeknight during the summer, they have the twin lobster specials. You can't beat that deal. 2 steamed whole Maine lobsters that comes with a salad and a side dish for $35. You get yourself 2 lobsters, a half price bottle of wine with 2 people, and maybe throw in a little bit of a steak also. You're talking only $100. It's crazy.
Yeah,
You
it's
could spend $300-$400 on that at some of the other steakhouses we were talking about earlier. This is why I love Tropical Acres. 2500 Griffin Road, just west of the airport, and 95 in Dania Beach, my hometown. Again, Tropical Acres has been around for longer than Defo has, since 1949, 72 years. No, 73 years. My math is off. It's a long time. And they're still going strong. And you could also get in there. The butcher shop is open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. if you want to buy some of their great steaks and other items to bring home and throw on the grill. Again, every day, Tropical Acres, Monday through Saturday. They are closed on Sundays. Go in there, tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
You know, it's great too. I mean, you see this with restaurants many times. They are a direct reflection of the owner.
Yep.
And we know that Jack Studiali and the whole Studiali family, they just exude class. And it's a classy place. And yet, as you said, you're not going to get hammered when the check comes to the table. It doesn't hit like the proverbial brick. All right, more coming up on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Mike Lubie Lubitz, I'm Jeff DeForest in a moment.
You like really good seafood, but maybe not in a fancy place? Even Keel Fish Shack. That's the place for you. I know it's the place for me, too. It's at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. It is a place for elevated food in a casual beachfront setting. They have good drinks. They got a great vibe. The chef owners, Brad and Dave, they come from a fine dining background. They had the original Even Keel Fish in Fort Lauderdale, but they moved over to this place in the last year. It is perfect. They're open every day for lunch and dinner. They also have brunch Friday through Sunday at noon. They have drink specials every day. They have happy hour 4 to 7 Monday through Friday. Some of the greatest deals around. You get the grilled oysters, 4 of them for $5. You can't beat that. All their food, the grilled octopus, the bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls. They have fish specials. They also have burgers and hot chicken sandwiches for the landlubbers out there. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack. Tell them Mayo and Defo sent you.
If you're looking for an honest place with great food and tremendous value, Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizzeria is the place for you. It's in Pompano Beach at 1940 Northeast 49th Street. It's just west of Federal Highway, just north of Sample Road, and it has not become my spot for Greek specialties like gyros, souvlaki, spinach pies, and pastitsio, that's the Greek lasagna, and also thin, crisp New York-style Greek pizza. You got to go try some of their specialty pies like the gorgonzola and spinach. Oh, it's worth a special trip. Costa is a great guy. He has Queens, New York roots, but he's been in business in Broward for a long time. He's a great guy. He'll throw a plate, say opa, and greet and treat you like long-lost relative. Costa's is open every day for lunch and dinner. They're on all the major delivery apps. You can also dine in or take out. Go to Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizza, where everyone is family. Hey, it's Mike Mayo for my friends at Visit Lauderdale. This summer, enjoy the good life for less in Greater Fort Lauderdale with Lauder Deals. Great deals on dining, hotels, attractions, spas, and more, all summer long. Start planning your summer getaway online at visitlauderdale.com/deals and see all the ways you can save. From miles of golden beaches to food and drink specials to pampering at celebrated resorts, your dream summer vacation awaits. Shop Lauder Deals now at visitlauderdale.com/deals. And we're back on the Lunchbox. It is a Tuesday. It is Mike Mayo. That's me. I'm with Defo and Lubie.
Fran
and,
Leibowitz, yeah.
Fran
Very
Leibowitz.
nice.
Man, you were right. I do a lot of eating. I think, it used to be I ate because I was the food critic for the Sun Sentinel. And now I feel like I have to do it for, the show. I feel
All
like
the stuff,
I constantly need material.
Well, Dick Steen is leading you around
Yeah, he doesn't
on a
help.
leash.
He's a bad
yeah.
influence. He's taking you all these places.
You may as well be like
You're
a
not going to
rescue
say
dog.
no. I think that's what it is you're not going to say no. So,
Yeah.
Right.
and he knows this. So he
Right.
keeps like, you're like, okay.
While
Yeah,
you're
'cause
young, you still have a little bit of a metabolic rate, I would imagine. Where
Oh, it's
I do
declining.
not. Yeah, I mean, mine's 0.0. I
It's
look at food and I gain
declining
weight.
rapidly, and,
Yeah.
I tell you, it's, yeah, it's not good because we got done I working about 7:30. I wasn't terribly hungry. I coulda just gone home and had a
And you ate
salad.
again. Yeah.
He's like, "No, let's go to eat Thai," and I was like, "Yeah, I haven't been there in a while." And it's a
Exactly.
good thing we went because Sopanut is a great guy, and he also one of the best in Delray Beach. And for anybody who hasn't been to Eat Thai, it's right at the corner of Linton Boulevard and Federal Highway. It's on Federal Highway, right next to a original pancake house. Anyway, the place has been open, God, I guess about 6 years now, and I reviewed it when I was at the Sentinel. And it's one of those places. It's not Thai sushi; it's straight up Thai, and it's legitimate Thai. It's stuff that you don't see on a lot of menus. And last night I had a dish there. Uh, we had he had a couple of specials, and he has a daily special sheet. One of them that he's been doing this summer. And this is not for the faint of heart or stomach. It's called shrimp ceviche
Okay.
and raw shrimp. My friend.
Raw
And
shrimp.
so you know how
Like you're eating
like,
bait, literally. I mean, they always say that about sushi.
the look and the texture looks like bait, but like with any other ceviche that you get like at a Peruvian restaurant, which also uses raw fish and seafood items.
Yeah.
And what they do at the Peruvian places, they put it in that lime juice, the leche de tigre, which basically cooks the fish without actually putting it in a heat source, but it kills all the bacteria and it kind of it cooks the fish. Well, in this case, he made a shrimp ceviche dish using Thai flavors and elements, including fish sauce. Now, fish sauce doesn't use fish; it's just a condiment that, for whatever reason, they call it fish sauce. But it's also very heavily concentrated with those umami flavors and very salty. And he also added a little bit of sugar and plum sugar that also helps marinate it. And then he chopped up a bunch of like papaya and also the hot spicy Thai peppers. This was a dish. Dickstein was eating it, and he broke into a sweat. And he was like, he said it was like you when we went to Pizza Spot that first time for the
it was 100
bacon
degrees
cherry
outside.
bombs.
Let's put a qualifier in there.
This was inside air conditioned, but Dickstein, when we were eating, he was like, "Oh my God, it's like pain and pleasure at the same time."
Well, we know now where he's coming from.
He couldn't stop eating it, and I loved it. It was a flavor bomb. And then Sopanut also made us this dish. He has this. It's a special leaf that comes in from Thailand that he gets from his ex-wife who lives there, and he stays on good relations with his ex-wife.
That may
just
not
like
be safe.
I do.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's called the. What's the name of the leaf here? I got it. He sent it to me. Yes, it's called the chamung leaf, and he makes a curry out of it. And he usually makes it with pork ribs. He was out of the pork ribs, so he made it last night special for us with oxtail. And it's
that's nice.
oxtail chamung leaf curry, and it's this is not like an Indian curry where you get that that curry flavor. This is a different type, and it had like a sweet and sour taste. The thing I actually compared it to, Defo, was how it used to get stuffed cabbage at your grandmother's house, and it had that sweet tomatoey sauce.
Yeah,
That's what this was like. It was like a sweet and sour sauce with oxtail, and just a tremendous meal. And you could just roll me on out of there.
Well, where's this joint again? You said Linton and Federal?
This sounds
Yeah,
great.
That's
on
getting up there,
Federal.
too. I mean, you're wandering to the north there, Mr. Viking.
Yeah, I'm a wandering Jew. What can I say?
He's all over the place, this guy.
Yeah, it's
You're going to have a fur hat with horns and look like you're storming the Capitol building pretty soon. You keep heading north to eat like that.
Yeah, no, it was, but it was a tremendous meal. It's one of those meals like you didn't expect. Like, again, I like the place because they do different things, but we walked out of there and it was like, wow, that was just like flavor wise, you can't do any better if you went this like some, 5-star, $200 person dinner, some Michelin star place. And, Sopanut is that talented, and it's so good to kind of be able to support him. He's going away for the first time since he opened.
Don't say he's going away. That's not good term.
Yeah, remember what you're dealing with.
He's going on holiday. He's actually shutting the
traveling.
restaurant for 3 weeks. He deserves a break. And after this whole pandemic mishigas and craziness, I think a lot of restaurateurs deserve a break, and he's giving himself one. He's going to visit his mom in Thailand, and his girlfriend is in Vietnam for a little bit, so he's going to both Vietnam and Thailand. So Eat Thai, get in there this weekend because they're going to be closing next Monday for about 3 weeks from the July 18th until August 5th. So a lot of places do take vacations this time of year. It's always best to check.
You mentioned
Online.
that on Let's Eat South Florida, and then some places actually posted that they were going to be gone for a period of time. I remember that was always a bummer because I used to love when it was open, the Cypress Nook. I thought it was the best
Oh,
breakfast
the Nook was so
I'd
Yeah,
had
the
great.
German
anywhere in
lady,
the
right?
country.
Yeah.
That place was
Ilse.
so
I
great.
think she was Austrian, but nonetheless,
Same difference.
I mean, there might be some
There's a
distinction there. I'm not
difference.
sure, but and you got to be careful when you get into food and ethnicity,
Exactly.
right? Because
Okay, yeah,
especially
yeah.
if you're on the air, right? I mean,
Okay,
It'll get
sorry.
weird.
it took Brian Greasy off for mentioning tacos in conjunction with some Mexican
All
kicker.
right, no, I didn't mean any aspersions. That's
No,
it.
I know that. I know that. But
Austrian and German food very similar.
Both
A lot of
foods great.
very
schnitzels, a
similar.
lot
No,
of
and it was a
wurst.
great
Yeah.
place. I don't know where they got their eggs from, man. They must have had some kind of hybrid
Massive.
chicken because they were
Massive.
giant. And they always cooked everything, seemingly perfectly, at least for my taste. And she used to close for like 3 weeks, from like maybe August 1st to the third week in August, and you literally would go through withdrawals. The same thing happens with Mike. I don't know if he still does this in the Fish Shack. So that is something to watch, where they go on vacation for a couple of weeks, and it happens. Your most overwhelming cravings for the place happen, and then you drive up there and they're like, oh geez, they're closed. So it's good to know these things.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't know
then
how many people responded to that.
Pizza Spot, our friends Wade and Reese, they take regular breaks every 3 months. They shut for a week. And what I found is that it's good for the restaurant people to get that break. And it also it makes the customers appreciate it. It's like, oh, they're gone for a week. And then it makes you want to go back right away. And
Yep.
Sopanut was telling me last night, like for a while, he was open 7 days a week and he just couldn't do it anymore. He closes on Tuesdays now. And he said, customers at first, some of them would grumble, but then he goes, you know what? Then they come back on the other days and say, oh, I missed you. I wanted to I was feeling like it on Tuesday. I couldn't. And then they come, the next available time. And so people make do. And then the restaurants end up not taking too much of a cut in revenue, even if they only open 6 instead of 7 days. And it's better for everybody's mental health. One of the big issues in restaurants is burnout, and I think the staff and the chefs and the owners, they do need a little time for decompression. And so I'm glad to see places being able to take vacations again. During the pandemic, nobody could do anything. It was all survival mode. So I think we're edging our way out of there. Hey, we got to take one more break. And before we get there, let's talk about Lauderdale's. And I'm looking forward to this Thursday.
Thursday thing.
segment.
Now Lubie's involved. It would be
Yeah,
tempting.
we could give
Where's
you
the
a hall
location on
pass.
this? Yeah.
We could give you a hall pass. We can let you go. The only thing is, I don't like to let you go entirely, because what happens if the Wi-Fi, goes up in smoke, and then we need somebody manning the fort while.
Well, unfortunately, with the new arrangement,
the
with
new
Yeah, the
Lubie's-
same
Lubie's-
difference.
we're
Lubie's
totally
your only
screwed.
salvation.
So yeah, you know what?
It's
I would be
different.
sitting here talking to the wind in my bedroom.
You don't have to show up anymore on Thursdays. You get but I thought you like interacting with Nick.
No, I
So
do.
He
I
does,
I
it's
love
just-
the show.
Here's what we'll do.
It would be
He's
more
just
fun
not
to
really
listen.
involved.
We will have you
Just sit
on
there.
the first segment. We'll
There you
do
go.
a little banter on the first segment, and then when
And
we
then
bring
you can
on the
go.
restaurateur, we'll cut you loose. And this week it works perfectly for you because you could get right to your
Saratoga,
favorite
yeah.
parimutuel for the opener, Saratoga, 1 p.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to Visit Lauderdale,
Yeah,
Nicky,
they're doing
and we
a great
love doing
job.
the Thursday segments with them. Besides that, we also love Lauder Deals, which is
Yep.
the totally great value package savings that you could find online. They run it all summer long, where you can enjoy the good life for less in Greater Fort Lauderdale with Lauder Deals. And that's the great deals on the dining, the hotels, the attractions, the spas, and more all summer long. So start planning your summer getaway or staycation online at visitlauderdale.com/deals and see all the ways you can save. You can find great hotel deals, food and drink specials. You could also go online and get those passes, those attraction passes for Flamingo Gardens and Butterfly World, so you can have something to do with the kids all summer.
Yeah.
And if you're a Florida resident, first responder, or in the military, you'll find even more deals just for you. So from miles of the golden beaches to pampering at celebrated resorts and spas, the good life awaits in Greater Fort Lauderdale. So shop Lauder Deals now at visitlauderdale.com/deals and plan your best summer ever.
Mike Mayo playing a little restaurant supermarket sweep there as he's grabbing as much food as he can.
Like a
I know,
Hoover
I
vacuum.
know.
If you combine a great
Yeah.
white shark like you see during Shark Week and
Yes.
Sharknado with a not just a Hoover vacuum, like a Dyson, one of those Dyson vacuum cleaners. You
Cleaning
put
it
those
up.
two together, and
Yeah.
you got me. And I'm coming, and I'm just gonna eat everything in sight.
That's my
You're
favorite. He's
bringing
like-
it, man. You're
he's
literally
like,
bringing it to and from the table. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox continues in a moment.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo here for my friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop, 2500 Griffin Road, just west of 95, in Dania and Fort Lauderdale. They've been there a long time, over 70 years, the Studiali family. They know how to take care of you. They have steaks, seafood, and so much more. It's old school hospitality and a relaxed, nice setting. They have the bar. They have Monday, Tuesday half-price wine night. They have all kinds of great specials. And they also have a butcher shop now that you could buy your meats anytime, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Throw it on the grill at home. They're great cuts of meat like the filet mignon, 10-ounce barrel cut, all kinds of goodies there. And, of course, the dining room, it can't be beat. They have the early bird special every day at 4:30 to 5:30. They're open daily except Sunday until 10 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and tell them Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like pizza? I mean, who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. A little bit hard to find in that Riverside Park neighborhood, but totally easy to love. They've got Connecticut New Haven style of pizza in a wood-fired brick oven. It's run by a team of Wade and Reese. They opened about a year ago. It's a great place. Great pizzas, subs like chicken parms, meatball appetizers, salads. Very relaxed setting, casual, outdoors, all outdoors, picnic tables. You won't even feel like you're in Fort Lauderdale. Go there. They have pickup, takeout. Call 754-779-7788. That's 754-779-7788. Pizza Spot. They're open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them that Mike Mayo and Defo sent you.
And we're back to wrap up a Tuesday edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on everything SoFla Live. And I don't know if they call it WWNN anymore. I still do, but they call it oldiesouthflorida.com. And that's on your radio dial all up and down the coast of Florida and all up and down the FM dial, along with 1470 AM. You can hear the rebroadcast every night at 8 p.m. And you can also search the databases and websites and just watch back all the past episodes, including me trying to down 7 hot dogs and failing miserably.
That was rough.
is
Wow.
on the,
so sad and
yeah,
disappointing.
that
Holy
was
Joey
disappointing.
Chestnut. Chestnut had time to strangle a guy
Yes,
until he's
yes.
63 while he was coasting under wraps to the wire, and you were stuck on 5.
Right.
I mentioned that to some people because we were watching the thing, and they said, "Well, really that?" But I admire you. I don't think I could have done 5.
I couldn't have.
The potato buns.
He screwed
was
up with the
my
bun.
favorite.
He got cocky. You know, he's
I don't know
annoying.
what I was thinking when I
You
bought
got
the
cocky.
Martin's potato
You have to soak the
rolls.
buns, though. I mean, to get that many.
Well,
hot
first of all,
dogs.
get the
so-
cheapy
I
Wonder
know.
Bread
I
bun,
should have got
first
the
of all.
flimsy Publix buns. I didn't think you said Wonder Bread would have been
Yeah.
acceptable, and
We're gonna take
yeah,
all
I
of it.
failed. It was a fail, but we'll have more fun eating. And you know what? I feel badly today because I did not annoy Defo today by eating anything on the air, and that was
What
not
happened,
a Hank.
man? Not even a
that was-
cherry today. I
that
mean,
was
you
not
could have
a-
shoveled a banana in your face or done
Not a
something
Hank
to
tribute today.
gross out
will
the
get to that.
viewers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will share our memories of Hank. We'll just keep pushing it along. There's no rush because now he's dead. So that's not nice, but
It's true.
it's true. Oh man. So no, we will say nice things. Well, Hank. Like you did mention yesterday. Sometimes he would go off on things he read in the newspaper. including
Oh, he
things
was
that
crazy.
I
with
wrote.
that. He was
But
insane.
in the
with
end,
it.
we were friends. He knew
Yeah.
I was a
loved him.
racetrack.
I think he liked you because you were a degenerate.
He liked me. Look, he didn't like me when I was ragging on Shula because he was a big
Oh
Shula
no,
loyalist.
that would. Yeah,
And
when you said
so he
Shula, the game had passed him by.
I never said that explicitly.
Crucifixion.
well,
This show has passed us
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
We got to wrap it up
Yeah.
now, I think.
Yeah, we're
and
done.
Very good.
but
With a
we
fried chicken sandwich on bread.
you know what I'm doing today, but for lunch, I gotta go. I'm gonna go to a pizza spot. I need one of those pizzas. It's been a long time. So a little pizza for lunch.
I
and a
think
little
Chick
big
Fil A is
steak dinner.
overrated. I'm sorry.
You can
I
say
That's
that.
really
so
do.
funny. You're allowed to. I just
I
love
was
Chick-fil-A.
not overwhelmed by it. I mean, it was fine,
Okay,
but it
that's fine.
didn't overwhelm me.
A lot of people don't go there for various other reasons, political reasons, and that's
No,
fine.
no religious factors here or the line. I mean, if it was that good, I would go back, but it wasn't overwhelmingly impressive.
Yeah, you don't
You're
love it. I
entitled
just
to your
love it. Grew up
opinion.
on it.
It's food. It's supposed to be subjective. Everybody can
sir.
have their own tastes, and that's why we love the Lunchbox. All right, that's going to do it for today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and for Defo, Lubie, and myself, we'll see you tomorrow. And remember to enjoy every sandwich.